Hi guys, and welcome to the Next Generation podcast show, our first show back in 2016, where we'll be talking about our top 10 anticipated movies of 2016 and the top 10 anticipated games of 2016. I'm your host Jay, also known as Boss Alien on the official Next Generation Gaming and Movie News website, which is nextgenx.proboards.com. That we are also looking for new guests to appear on our show, so if you're a movie or gaming fan and you would like to appear on this very show, then you can simply do so by letting us know in the comment box below, or send us an email at nextgenx@gmail.com, and don't forget to click on that subscribe button. Now, on today's show, let me first introduce you to Sean.
How you guys doing? I'm Sean. I'm actually known as God Mode on the boards. And since Jay didn't say it, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, guys.
He decided to point out that it was 2016, but not that it was the New Year.
Also on today's show is Jack.
Hi.
And Patrick.
What's up, guys?
And finally, on today's show is Joe S.
Hi, guys.
Alright, so my top 10 anticipated movies of 2016. Starting at number 10 is The Jungle Book. Number 9, Assassin's Creed. Number 8, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows. Number 7, Doctor Strange. Number 6, Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. Number 5, Suicide Squad. Number 4, X-Men Apocalypse. Number 3, Deadpool. Number 2, Captain America Civil War. And number 1, obviously the biggest movie possible in 2016, Batman vs Superman, Dawn of Justice. Sean, do you want to go next?
Yeah, I'll go next. I'm going to be kind of against the status quo here, though, because I don't really have a top 10 necessarily. There's one main movie that I'm really looking forward to, and that's obviously Batman vs Superman. That's kind of like the top there, because I've been waiting for too dang long for it. Deadpool looks pretty intriguing to me, but I was having the issues with a little bit of the CG based on what I've seen thus far. And honestly, I didn't know Rogue One was a thing until you told me. So I'll be looking forward to that, because I am a big Star Wars fan. My wife and I are looking forward to The Jungle Book, but she did ask me why they felt they needed to make a live-action version of it, even though there already was one. And Suicide Squad, obvious, because I'm a huge DC fan, and Captain America, and we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Patrick?
Okay, my list, believe it or not, is slightly a bit different. So going from 10, I'm looking forward to that movie, Gods of Egypt. I'm big on ancient mythology, and I like to see how they put their spin on that. Then at number 9, TMNT Out of the Shadows. I already said the full name, so no need to say the full thing. Fine. Number 8, X-Men Apocalypse. Number 7 is Assassin's Creed, which I think might actually be the one video game movie that will truly be successful, because believe it or not, number 8 kind of already did a similar thing before with Days of Futures Past, but we'll get into that later. Number 6, Doctor Strange. Then we got Civil War, then Rogue One, Star Wars Story. Now here's the one that's going to surprise you guys. Number 3 I'm looking forward to is Dawn of Justice. I'll explain why in a couple minutes. Number 2 is Deadpool. I've been waiting for that movie for years. And number 1, Suicide Squad. Main reason why I'm looking forward to that particular movie is because a friend of mine was actually cast in that movie.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty cool.
That plus live action Harley Quinn for the win.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
The chick that's playing her is pretty hot.
Shall we go on to Jack? Do you want to list yours?
I'm gonna go from 1 to 10. Is that alright? In number 1, I've got Deadpool because
Deadpool. Fair enough.
Yeah, exactly. And then in number 2, I've got X-Men Apocalypse. I just thought that would look good. And 3, I've got Finding Dory.
Wait, what? There's a Nemo movie?
Yep. There's a number 2 coming out.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
In number 4, I've got Suicide Squad, because that just looks beast. And I've got Ghostbusters, Rogue One, A Star Wars Story, Ride Along 2, the Angry Birds movie, because that just looks funny, and Assassin's Creed, and then The Jungle Book.
Joe S.
Number 10 is Angry Birds. And then number 9's Fan, because it looks interesting. Number 8's Jungle Book. Number 7's Ride Along 2, because it has Kevin Hart in it. 6 is Ghostbusters. Number 5 is the BFG. Number 4 is Deadpool. Then number 3 is Finding Dory. Then number 2 is Dirty Grandpa. Then number 1 is The Conjuring Part 2.
Alright, some interesting titles there for 2016.
I just gotta point out something really quick. Isn't it very ironic that Ice Cube, the guy who wrote the song The Police, now all his
and there it is, the first F-bomb.
The first F-bomb of the show.
Okay, as I was
joking.
saying...
Yeah, continue.
He wrote that song. It was part of NWA, and now all his major acting roles seem to be police officers of some capacity.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, it is a bit ironic.
So one thing I kind of wanted to amend to mine. I am actually really looking forward to The Forest. I don't know if you guys have seen that, the trailers for that.
Yes,
but
yes, I have. It's a horror film.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've seen that.
I'm very otaku, I guess you would say. Which, if you guys aren't familiar with the term, it's a lot of times Japanese nerddom, I guess, and
Right.
it's based in Japan. So I'm kind of excited about that. So the asterisk that I kind of had on Captain America is the fact that during the Avengers 2 they kind of killed some stuff for me, because it was just, well, first of all, the CG was just terrible in my opinion. I felt like they could have done way better with the technology that they have, you know.
What part of the CG did you not like? I thought the CG wasn't too bad.
Well, it was in the beginning. Everything just seemed like they were trying to fit too much CG in there where it wasn't needed. It was really mostly the beginning, and then when you looked at what's the robot's name? I can't even think of his name. Right now.
Vision, not Vision. Ultron.
Ultron, yeah, Ultron. His mouth moved unnaturally, and it was small things like that where they, you know, the attention to detail was poor in my opinion. And then when you had Captain America, because I remember seeing in the prior film, Captain America and Black Widow it seemed like they were trying to have us ship them, and next thing you know, you're seeing Hulk and Black Widow, and I'm like, I understand that route.
I think they're trying to go along with some kind of romance. That was one thing that was missing from the Avengers. You did have the human characters and falling in love with.
But I was seeing a romance blossoming between Captain America and Black Widow,
Really?
And then all of a sudden they shifted me over to the Hulk, and I was like, what just happened? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
I know what you mean, because I felt the same. When I came out of Avengers 2, I was disappointed with the film. I didn't feel like it was anywhere near as good as the first Avengers. But then saying that, I did watch it again recently, and I thought it was actually pretty good. So I don't know, maybe if you... Sometimes when you watch things and you rewatch it again and again, you do pick up on...
I'm not saying I didn't enjoy the film.
Yeah.
I just... If generally speaking, if I go... I think we've had this conversation before. If I go into a film expecting to enjoy it, I'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
At least some extent.
But yeah, I cannot wait for Captain America 3. I think that's going to be a really big storyline that's going to go down. That will then initially we'll see the two sides and which side will win at the end.
It's true, but at the same time, it could go the complete opposite way, because judging from what I've seen, it could wind up being what you describe it without the word cluster in it. That's all I want to say.
And I think there's a reason for that. I kind of feel like Marvel's starting to feel DC looming at this point, and I feel like maybe they rushed the last Avengers a little bit, and it's because of Batman versus Superman. I really think that's what it was.
Oh god, there's another cluster, if anything.
There is going to be a ton of superheroes in this film.
Yes.
But let me ask you guys...
I'm looking forward to Aquaman, by the way. Oh my god.
Same here.
But let me ask you guys, which side are you going to be choosing? Are you going to be choosing Iron Man's side or Captain America's side?
Oh, I thought we were saying Batman versus Superman. I was about to say Batman all the way.
No. Still talking about the Captain America 3.
I'm going to have to, as much as I like Tony, I'm going to have to go with Steve, because sometimes I really don't appreciate Iron Man's ideals, because he's kind of a...
F-bomb.
Hey, that wasn't an F-bomb, that was a D-bomb.
You just dropped the D.
The D.
Drop the D.
Patrick, which side are you going to be choosing?
I probably have to agree for the most part, because unlike Tony Stark, Steve Rogers can actually appreciate superhero secrecy, which I totally get. This whole Civil War thing also led to one of the worst storylines in Marvel comic books history, in my opinion, and that was the one where Spider-Man sold his marriage to the devil.
I've not seen that. I've not read that.
When he was talking about the superhero secrecy, if it were up to Batman, he would not approve.
Jack, which side are you going to be choosing?
Iron Man.
Iron Man. See, I'm Iron Man as well. There's a reason why, because when we first got introduced into the Marvel movies, we got introduced to Iron Man, and I felt that Robert Downey Jr. was a really good fit for the Iron Man character.
Oh, he is.
Because when I first watched Captain America, the first Avenger, I did not like the storyline. I didn't like the the whole. I'm not into the whole war movies, and I felt like it was a war movie because I didn't like that. It felt like a war movie, and I didn't feel like a superhero movie. Although it was a superhero movie because we did see the super strength and the jumping. So because of that reason, I am choosing Iron Man.
That's your right. Just like John Cena, Captain America will still defend you. Okay, he'll defend your right.
One movie that we've kind of pretty much everyone has said, I think apart from Joe S, was Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice. So we can all agree that we're all excited to see this movie out this year.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think it's going to be good.
What did you make of the trailer? The second trailer they dropped last month?
Yeah,
I don't think
Yeah.
I've seen it.
I don't think I've seen that one, and to be honest, since it has a lot of spoilers in it, I'm not gonna.
Well, honestly, everybody thought there was a lot of spoilers in the Star Wars The Force Awakens trailer.
there was?
Listen, no, there wasn't because they literally
Did not
literally-
reveal that much.
they didn't reveal that much because they recorded things specifically to put in the trailer.
That's true.
J.J. Abrams is like, yeah, screw you guys. I'm gonna not tell you anything about the movie.
It was mostly just the characters they wanted to show and some of the action sequences in the Star Wars trailer. But whereas the
Yeah.
Batman vs Superman trailer, they revealed, like, the last 30 seconds, they revealed the bloody villain, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who does that reveal
Well-
the actual villain? They
Well, I
should
mean,
have kept that under wraps.
You think so?
Yeah,
'Cause-
definitely. I mean, to me, it doesn't bother me either way. I mean, I don't mind it, but I know a lot of people were cheesed off about it because not only do you have in the title Batman versus Superman, they actually showed Batman and Superman with Wonder Woman teaming up at the end. It's like,
Well, I mean,
Oh,
you
yeah,
gotta
I've
know-
seen it.
if you didn't know that was gonna happen, then you should just shoot yourself now.
I mean, to
You know
the general
what I'm
movie-going audience, they won't know that.
Batman and Superman are like best buds, okay? I mean, they'll never truly admit it, but they're best buds, or they become best buds. Anybody that doesn't know that is joking themselves. This is supposed to set up the Justice League. Are we not in agreement on that?
They are going to, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you will see other characters from the Justice League, like Aquaman, Cyborg, probably.
I'm excited about Aquaman because I'm a mark for Aquaman.
Flash, I think Flash will appear. Yeah, Wonder Woman. Obviously, I think she'll come at the very end of the movie, so we'll get to see her in action.
I don't know if this is true, but supposedly we might be seeing Nightwing. I don't know if that's true.
Nightwing,
Not.
isn't Nightwing?
He's not Justice League, obviously, but he's Titans.
I hope they make a Teen Titans movie, the original show, not the one that came out in the 60s and 70s, but I'm talking about the one that came out in the early 2000s, not this go crap.
Well, first of all, the Go Crap is more targeted at a younger crowd, and second of all, they're supposed to either do a TV show or a movie. I
Live
heard.
action.
Yeah, live action.
Here's the problem these days. All these kid stuff, as a lot of it is actually still pretty good, like animation storytelling wise, it is way too filtered down in comparison to the stuff that we got before. I mean, we can all, let's face it, the greatest cartoon ever was Batman the Animated Series.
Yes.
Hands down.
It was. So I just want to quickly get your thoughts about some of the titles, and I just want to see what your opinions are. Obviously, the first one is Deadpool, the trailer.
Yes.
It's going to be a rated R film,
Right.
which
Yes.
I am
Gotta
happy
be.
about.
My issue with the trailer, I'm excited to see it. I'm especially excited the second time around that I saw the trailer because I got a little bit better look at the mask and it wasn't as bad as I thought. My issue was I was looking at the mask and I was like, why do they feel they have to CG the crap out of his eyes? And it just looked weird.
It doesn't bother me that. I like the fact that they're going with the actual comic look. So obviously the
Yeah.
white eyes, it doesn't bother me at all. That
Marvel's not showing what they really can do technologically with their CG, but
this is owned by Fox Studios.
Yeah, so
Oh,
technically
is
it's
it
not
real?
Marvel.
Although it
fair.
is a Marvel character owned by Fox Studios.
Yeah.
The same studio that owned X-Men.
Yeah,
And
so
they
basically
also-
we could see Deadpool in an X-Men movie.
I love the marketing they've done behind the Deadpool movie. I love the fact that they're releasing all these funny clips on YouTube, Instagram. I love the music to the action they showed in the trailer. And I love the fact that we get to see an X-Men character, which is Colossus, sorry,
Colossus,
Yeah.
who looks gigantic compared to the one we saw in, is it X2? Moving on then, X-Men Apocalypse.
Eh.
It looks very good, but alright.
I'll watch it. I'm not too terribly excited about it.
The one thing that peeves me off, the actual Apocalypse character, it looks like a cross between an Avatar and a Power Ranger. I don't know if you guys actually saw the trailer, but yeah, he did. I mean, I know a lot of people on the internet world did say that as well, so I completely agree with them. If you look at the comics, it looks more menacing. It looks more huge, more bigger. It's supposed to be a lot taller, so I don't know if this is if they'll change that later on in the movie. But X-Men: Days of Future Past was a great movie. I'm sure they're going to get to the same level, or even beyond that, with
Yeah,
so
Apocalypse. So
Don't burn me at the stake, but I haven't seen it, so
you've not seen the X-Men: Future Days of Past,
I have not.
dude? You need to go and check that out.
Go see that, especially since we might be discussing a little plot element from there.
Well, for what it's worth, yeah, I don't really care about spoilers for that because X-Men got killed for me a long time ago. As
You're
far
not a
as
fan of
my
X-Men.
movies, yeah, they killed it for me a long time ago.
All right, fair
That's
enough.
that's why I'm really about the Apocalypse. Even though it looks cool, I'm just not.
You won't be watching it then.
I'll watch it. No, I'll watch it.
It
My
was on your
wife-
list, wasn't it?
It wasn't on my list. My wife will take me out and we'll go see it. Yeah, well, she got me into comic books.
Your wife should be on this show.
I got
then.
her. I got her into Pokemon. She got me into comics.
Also, moving on, to, Assassin's Creed movie. So this is going to be one of the game genre movies, along with Warcraft, that are going to be released this year. Surprisingly, if it's going to be a really good hit, then this could be breaking the mold for the gaming genre movies. So a whole possibility of different game movies they could.
Here's how I see it. If there is going to be a movie that does that, this has like the biggest potential because the premise is rather simple. You can play with it all you want.
Oh
It
yeah,
looks
it's
like
really big. They can go but above and beyond. They can do whatever they want because they've got so many different games. They can combine them all. They can do whatever they want. There's so many different characters they can go along with.
Or maybe they can just use the games as inspiration mainly, and just make their own storyline, which
Yeah.
is what I think they're gonna do.
There's not that much information about the actual storyline. The only thing that they have released is an image of Michael Fassbender, who will be playing the main character in the actual official Assassin's Creed uniform outfit. You know, with the hoodie, the white hoodie, and all the gauntlets and the knives and stuff like that. So that's the only thing that they have released. But apart from that, we have not seen anything else. Another title that we all mentioned was The Jungle Book.
I literally watched it just before. I reckon it looks good.
So they've got a few top. They've got quite a lot of popular names as the voiceovers for the characters. I know Idris Elba is the voiceover for Shere Khan, and he's got a very strong, bold voice, which I think is going to play out really well.
For a second there, I thought you said Jessica Alba.
Yeah.
No, I thought you said Jessica Alba.
Oh God, if he did, that would have been an epic fail.
So
Could you imagine?
Sorry, Jay.
it's fine. Don't worry.
Could you imagine Nancy from Sin City being the big bad
Shere
tiger?
Khan. That would be hilarious. Moving on to the top 10 anticipated games of 2016, starting off with number 10, the new Hitman game. At number 9 is Doom. At number 8 is Dead Island 2. At number 7 is Mafia 3. At number 6 is Mass Effect Andromeda. Andromeda, sorry.
I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Andromeda.
At number 5 is Street Fighter 5, which I am looking forward to because I do miss the fighting games. I know they made what was it? Mortal Kombat 10.
Hey, bro. All I need in my life is Super Smash Brothers.
At number 4, I'm looking forward to is Mirror's Edge Catalyst or Catalat. I don't know how you pronounce
That
it.
sounds
Catalyst.
interesting.
Catalyst, yeah.
Tell us about that later. That's all
Yeah.
I'm learning about.
At number 3, which I've already pre-ordered by the way, is Far Cry Primal.
Yeah, but you're not gonna play it. You're just gonna collect it.
Yeah, I will play it. Number 2 is Tom Clancy's The Division, which I've been waiting for 2 years now. Finally, at number 1, which I'm looking forward to, is Uncharted 4: A Thief's End. And that is my list. So who wants to go next?
So for me at number 10 is Rise of the Tomb Raider.
For Xbox One,
No, that's for PS4.
is it?
Last I checked.
I'm sure it's only for Xbox One, because otherwise I would add that on my list, because I knew that was only for is it Xbox One exclusive, I think. I'll double check that anyway.
You just ruined his day. maybe his year.
If the top three were that, then I would have been pissed off. So, but no, I'm good. Number 9, Star Fox Zero.
Yes.
At number 8, Heavy Rain for PS4. They're re-releasing that and I want to try it out. Final Fantasy 15 at number 7. Mirror's Edge Catalyst, how you say it, Jay.
What did you say?
Cadillac or something.
And then we got Far Cry Primal at number 5. I
Oh,
actually
so just to let everybody know, Rise of the Tomb Raider is coming out for the PS4. They just posted a video in the chat. Jay,
Yeah.
don't talk about things you don't know about.
That put me in my place.
interesting thing about Far Cry Primal is like, because I have played 3 and 4, I did a little research on this. The reason why it's called Primal is because it's going to be taking place before guns were invented, like way before. So
Yeah, it's all
That ought
about
to be
spears
interesting.
and swords and stuff.
You got like Maori warriors running around trying to kill you.
basically, that'd be interesting. Number 4, Kingdom Hearts 2.8 HD remix. I failed to get the 2.5 remix for the PS3 because I never owned one. So this is making up for that. Number 3 is Mass Effect Andromeda. Number 2 is Legend of Zelda for the Wii U.
Yes.
And my number 1, which I hope they release the first part this year, is the Final Fantasy VII Remake.
He actually already hit on some of mine.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and jump in here. Obviously, my number 1 really has to be kind of a two-way tie here between Pokemon Go, which is a mobile game that Nintendo's coming out with, and Zelda U, that I'm calling Zelda Scrolls because it's going to be a free roam, non-linear RPG. From what I understand, I haven't really seen much of it except for what everybody else has seen, which is a bunch of
Yeah.
screenshots and stuff like that. And it looks gorgeous. I'm thinking I'm going to get for my Wii U, I'm probably going to end up getting, is it Twilight Princess that they're redoing in HD?
Yes.
Yes.
So my wife and I will get that, and we'll probably play the crap out of it. And we have 2 Wii U's, so we'll probably have to,
Fight over it.
well, yeah, something like that. And basically lately, I don't really have that big of a list because really got for the most part what I want, and that's Splatoon and XCX, which is Xenoblade Chronicles X. So I don't really have time for other things.
Yeah, oh yeah, Sean mentions the Xenoblade Chronicles quite a lot. So we know he's a huge fan and he's waiting for that game.
Oh no! If you wanna talk about me being a huge fan, it's Splatoon that I'm ape stuff for. I just checked myself for you, Jay. One thing that I'm also looking forward to, and this isn't necessarily obviously a game that's coming out in 2016, but I'm waiting for E3 to find out when and if the next Elder Scrolls is coming out.
I'm
So-
sure there will be one coming out this year.
Yeah.
Scrolls. Well, I heard that there's going to be like a mobile version of Elder Scrolls coming out.
Yeah, I'm
don't
not
want-
really big on the mobile apps games
Yeah, same here.
myself.
Although,
Yeah,
although
there's only one mobile app game that I care about, and that's Pokemon Go.
there's only one mobile app game that's actually worth playing right now that because they actually completed the actual game, and that's Sonic 2.
Jack, do you want to go next?
In number 10, I've got Hitman. I used to play that all the time, especially Hitman Absolution. I used to play that like all the time. In number 9, I have Dead Island 2. In number 8, I don't know what that is.
You've got no number 8.
Literally no. I put like the wrong thing in there or something. In number 7, I have Quantum Break. Oh wait, I think number 8 was meant to be Mass Effect. So then I have no number 6. In number 5, I have No Man's Sky. Is like a planet thing. I think. I don't know. I've just seen it a little bit. I've messed all these up. I don't even know what they are. I think I put gaps in them where I shouldn't have done.
It's fine.
I'll have to go to number 2. In number 2, I've got Uncharted 4: A Thief's End, and in number 1, I've got Tom Clancy's The Division.
Nice. So pretty much similar titles there. What can I say about The Division, man? It's coming out this year. They got a collector's edition, which I might be getting. I'm not sure. Comes with a limited edition watch, and you get all these. You get like a bag that you can put around your waist as well, where you can put like little items in.
What, like a fanny pack?
Yeah. I can't remember. Like
What are we at?
a Duffy
What
bag or
is it,
something. I
early
don't know.
90s wrestling?
You know, I only collect games for the steelbooks, really, but
With XCX, I actually got the collector's edition of that, or the special edition, whatever the heck it is. And it actually came with like an art book with all the concept art, and it came with a piece of art that you can like frame or whatever. And it also came with a cool looking flash drive that has the soundtrack of the game in it.
oh, nice.
So that's kind of
Wow.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, because with the Far Cry Primal, I pre-ordered that off Amazon, and it comes with a steelbook, it comes with the official soundtrack, it comes with a poster, it comes with a 68-page of the guide for the game, like special characters and all that jazz. Obviously the steelbook and a collector's box, so I was pretty happy with that.
Heck yes.
Yes. Whereas the Mirror's Edge, the Catalyst,
What? Yeah. What is that? What is that? Tell me.
so it's basically a free running game where you're in first person, you jump,
Yeah.
you run off obstacles, like off skyscrapers, and you do like you're trying to run away basically. So she's from the first game that I played, Mirror's Edge.
So it's
it was a really good, fun game. It's like a puzzle. It's like a puzzle as well because you got to find ways out of rooms, how to
Oh,
get
okay.
to a
So
certain
it's
point.
similar to Portal then.
Yeah, I've not played Portal, but I'm guessing yeah.
Similar, but it's more like parkour
Yeah,
elements.
that's the word.
Well, yeah, but I mean, but the concept of the game, aside from there being parkour elements, obviously, which is free running, you got the name right. The idea behind Portal is to make it through to the next stage and just keep making it through, and you basically have to use. In this case, you have to use a portal gun in order to do it. In your case, in this case, Mirror's Edge, you have to use your athletic ability in order to do it. Can
Yeah.
I be John? Can I be John Morrison in it? 'Cause
Yeah.
You're ruining my day if I can't be.
So, Sean, you mentioned like Pokemon Go.
Absolutely. One thing about that game is like, have you guys seen the trailer to it? Anybody seen the trailer?
I've not played or ever touched a
Okay.
Pokemon game since the Game Boy Color.
Well, you're ruining your life by doing that. This
was-
is so.
Essentially.
So I definitely suggest anybody to go check out the Pokemon Go trailer. Just go on Google and Google up Pokemon Go trailer. Easy enough.
I did read up about some other names for the Nintendo 3DS,
This is mobile gaming.
a mobile game. Well, there
Yeah,
was.
because into mobile now.
All right. What about Pokemon Rumble World? Have you heard of that?
That's whatever. That's just like I think it's like a little Super Smash Brothers version of like a Pokemon game,
And they've also got Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon.
which just came out. So with Pokemon Go trailer, you guys don't mind if I do a little bit of spoiler from the trailer, do you? I mean, it's just a trailer. All right, spoiler alert. Okay. Anyway, so in the trailer, they have a bunch of people that are going into Times Square, which is in New York City. For those, guys, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Times Square.
Yep, I'm familiar.
Sure you are.
Yep.
Yeah.
They have everybody walking into Times Square, and guess who's like floating up above Times Square? It's Mewtwo, right?
Not Pikachu.
no.
Oh, you ruined it.
No, it's Mewtwo. It's Mewtwo. They're all like trying to catch Mewtwo. They're all ganging up on him and whatever to catch him. I'm wondering if that's going to be like a spoiler for the game that Mewtwo is going to be in Times Square, like for realsies. Because basically what it does is you have this little piece that goes onto your phone, and as long as you're carrying it around with your phone, you can see the Pokemon in your world. Like it utilizes the camera on the phone, and you can see them around you or whatever. I actually live in Connecticut, which is not very far from New York City. If Mewtwo's in New York City, you can rest assured I'm going to go catch Mewtwo. It's going to happen. I'm going to catch him. Yeah, so apparently the whole idea is to not only encourage people to do travel, but also to encourage people to trade between their mobile gaming. It's going to be interesting. Like, they really thought this out. I'm really hoping it's going to live up to the hype. And knowing Nintendo, when they do hype something up, they don't fail.
But one thing that I don't know about Nintendo is it's not in the same league as the PS1 or the Xbox One.
There's a reason.
PS4, PS4.
There's a reason for that, and that's because of the way that they hype their stuff up. All right, you know about the 3DS, right? Are you familiar with the new Nintendo 3DS?
What, the XXL?
No. Well, I mean, they do have an XXL version of it, but there's the new Nintendo 3DS, and then there's the Nintendo 3DS.
No
It's
idea.
two-
They'll look the
Two
same to
totally
me.
different consoles. But it's a terrible marketing strategy because they should have named it something else, or at very least 3DS 2.0.
Yeah, they're
Or
both
something
the
like
same. Got the same names. How are people going to establish which is the new
Exactly.
one?
The only difference is that new in front of it. So here's the difference, though, for those that don't know. It's faster. It's got a better 3D system, and instead of buying an attachment for it, you can actually use your amiibos on it without buying anything extra. They're going to be developing games exclusively for it, so it's going to be backwards compatible with the 3DS, but it's going to have exclusive games for it, or it does have exclusive. It's already out. They did not market this very well at all.
See, with the amiibos, I like
That's the
collecting them.
problem.
I won't use them to play with them. I'll just collect them.
Oh, they're so awesome. I love them.
And there's like a ton of them out now. So
Yeah, there's a
Yeah, I
ton of them.
got a couple.
We have all three of the ones for Splatoon. We actually had we bought the Inkling Girl and the Inkling Boy separate of each other, but in order to get the Squid amiibo, you have to get the 3-pack. So we had to buy the 3-pack. The two original ones that we bought that we actually use on the game have been chewed up by my dog. One's missing
that's
its
convenient.
tentacles, the other's missing its head. Yeah, but I mean, the good thing about it is you just need the little stanchion part, the bottom part to actually get it to work. So it still works. It's just that
It's got no head.
it's got no head and it's got no tentacle. I mean, they're awesome because you can get gear, you can get extra levels and different challenges and whatnot. So they're actually really cool to use.
I just really hope that they release Final Fantasy VII Remake this year and not next year, because I'm looking forward to it. I know it's going to be episodic, and I'm fine with that.
I'm not really into the Final Fantasy. I've never actually played a full game. I have sat down and played a few hours.
Well, they're porting the original before the remake comes out, so when that happens, download it and play it, okay? Let me put it to you this way. Some of the main characters are pretty badass. One of them is not even in
3, 4.
Are you gonna count every F-bomb I'm gonna drop? Because if that's the case, I'm gonna start dropping them like
Don't do
AK-47.
that was not a challenge. Now continue.
Don't tempt me. Yeah, so even in the pixelated environment, still have one of the characters. I'm pretty sure anyone who's ever played that knows exactly who I'm talking about. Villain is badass, and the storyline's one of the best as well.
They must have a really big audience if they're going to release like 2 or 3 Final Fantasy games out this year.
You have no idea.
There is a big
I
fan
can
base.
tell you right now, when Final Fantasy VII originally came out, it was one of the biggest titles of all time at that point. Like, it was huge. It not only did it already bring its fan base with it, but it brought a lot more people into the fan base.
So there's no Plants vs Zombies fans here then?
Huge Plants vs Zombies fan. She likes that arcade game that they have where it has like it has a bell gun, like that flower thing. It's like a little gun that you press the buttons on and whatever.
Is she a fan of that intro song?
I mean, sure. I don't know much about Plants vs Zombie, so.
You've never heard the intro song "Zombie on My Yard"?
I'm sure she has. I haven't.
You're right. It's all right, but it's not the best zombie-based song.
I just want to quickly mention, like, nobody's mentioned Deus Ex Mankind Divided. No fans.
That's my opinion. Just like, eh.
There's also Hellblade, Homefront, The Revolution, Kingdom Hearts 3, Dishonored 2, Ghost Recon.
Kingdom Hearts 3, I doubt it's going to be released in 2016. The game just keeps getting delayed.
Yeah.
That's why it's going to be next year.
Oh, next 2017 then.
I am positive about that.
Need for Speed.
There's that line of games has really done as much as they can, as far as I'm concerned. It's whatever to me. I might offend some people by saying that, but I've been playing Need for Speed since like
The PS1.
Yeah, exactly. The original frickin' what was it? Need for Speed.
I think it's just
the
Need for
original
Speed.
police one. The original police one was the first one that I remember. I mean, I knew about the ones before that, and my brother used to play them. But the first one that I played was Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. The original Hot Pursuit. I'm waiting for them to come out with Need for Speed, the Need for Speed. Jesus Christ,
Need for Speed XXL.
Now we're making Nintendo jokes on Need for Speed.
Oh God.
Jack, do you want to mention anything about your titles or any other upcoming titles?
No, I'm alright.
No?
It's like, no, screw you, Jay.
So,
Mind your own business, Jay.
fair enough, I'll back away here.
Do we almost have another F-bomb dropped?
Only you drop F-bombs, okay?
What about movies that have come out 2015? It was a big year.
I can tell you right now, as far as like this is kind of going off topic with that, but it reminded me of something. I'm really looking forward to Guardians of the Galaxy 2, big time.
Oh, yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy was so big for me, and I wasn't
blew your
necessarily a
mind
reader of the.
It did blow my mind, with the whole concept and the image and the CGI. Wow, I loved Guardians of the Galaxy. I know number 2 is coming out in 2017.
I really got into it, and I got to tell you, I really fell in line with Chris Pratt. I mean, he was just awesome as Star-Lord, and I'll never forget the whole birdie finger part where he. I didn't know what it did. I'm sorry.
I don't know how this machine works.
Yeah, exactly. And I actually use that GIF pretty often on Twitter. So.
Nice. One movie I really enjoyed for 2015 was Mad Max Fury Road.
Oh,
I wasn't looking forward to it as much as everybody else did, but when I finally saw it, it was a cool movie.
Oh wow, it was just complete action throughout the whole film. Nothing disappointed me. Nothing.
it had one hilarious thing in there, and that was the doof. You know, the guy who was on stage with the guitar, the
Oh.
mobile stage with the flame throwing guitar.
That was awesome.
That was
awesome.
hilariously
That was just-
awesome.
Oh, it kept making me laugh. I went to watch that in the gallery. I don't know if you're familiar with
No.
Is that
Is
that
that-
a theater over in
in the UK. It's like we have it at the Odeon cinemas where it's like the top part of the cinemas, comfy seats. You can have snacks, drinks, as much as you want, unlimited. Nachos, hot dogs, whatever you want.
We have that here. It is called the VIP theater.
It's basically that is kind of the same thing. I mean, it does cost an arm and a leg, but it was worth it when watching Mad Max.
And let's not forget about Star Wars: The Force Awakens. Oh my God, that was good.
Oh, I know you're dying to talk about that movie now.
No spoilers.
A lot of people are gonna complain about it. I'd say shove those complaints, because in the end, if you want to make comparisons, I'm not that surprised that they did what they did. I just gotta say, BB-8 is a hilarious droid.
Yeah, I do like BB-8.
It was
Don't tempt me. I will start.
We laughed, we cried, but for the most part, all of us were entertained.
It's already surpassed Titanic and domestic box office sales, and within a few days, it's gonna surpass Avatar, being the highest grossing movie of all time.
Well, of course it would be, because I mean,
It's
you
Star
don't-
Wars.
What was it? $1.3 billion for the movie, and they had to get $1.5 billion in order to actually
profit.
make profit, something like
They
that.
did that, and they did that first day.
Oh yeah, something like that. Yeah, it was ridiculous.
It's like, what about that trailer they
did,
dropped?
dude. They did that before the first day. They did that like a month before it.
But even the trailer, when they dropped the first trailer, how many views that got? It was like over
A lot.
1 million. That's what they were comparing to the Marvel Captain America 3 when that first dropped. They got like 65,000 views or something like that for the first trailer. Whereas compared to Star Wars, they got 3 times more.
It's partly because, one, it's Star Wars, and two, a lot of people just wanted to see a new Star Wars movie that wasn't going to
Be terrible.
bomb like the original trilogy. I think the original trilogy was pretty good, although I will have to say I really did not like Attack of the Clones.
Wait, the original trilogy
Wait,
as
no,
in
no, no, whoa,
the
whoa, whoa.
prequels? The prequels?
Prequel trilogy. Get them confused. My bad. Prequel
prequel.
trilogy.
Don't say that. You're gonna piss off a lot of Star Wars fans.
Don't say
My-
the originals.
I apologize for that. No, the prequel trilogy, it wasn't that bad. I agree that Jar Jar Binks was a pain in the ass, but now that there's a big fan theory going around that maybe George Lucas had a bigger plan for him after all. Well, that being that he was actually supposed to be a Sith Lord.
What?
You heard me.
What, Jar Jar Binks is a Sith Lord?
Yes.
Shut up.
Look those
How-
fan theories up on YouTube.
How they will
Shut
do that,
up.
I have no
No.
idea. If
Hey.
they do that, I can tell you now,
Well,
a lot of fans are going to be...
My
Peed
2016 just started, and Patrick just ruined it
I know.
just by telling me that crap.
Damn you, Patrick.
I'm glad to see that my job's done. Actually, I just wanted to point out one last thing about the prequel trilogy. The one thing I really hated about episode 2 is, well, needless to say, if you look at closely enough, and I don't think anyone should, it looks like when Hayden Christensen's scenes with Padme, it almost looks like he's got a permanent rape face.
That's nice.
Yeah, let's not get into Hayden. He was terrible.
And they wanted to cast Leonardo DiCaprio originally as Anakin
Well, he would-
Skywalker.
He would have been a better actor, that's for sure.
Damn straight. I would have gone
That's-
with him at any time of the day. There were so many wrong things about prequel trilogy. When you mentioned Jar Jar Binks, that was one of them. But, I mean, I'm not really a huge fanboy of the Star Wars. I don't mind it. I've never seen the animated series, or I don't know too much about the mythology of it, the background of it. But when I came out of the Star Wars Force Awakens, it was a fun time. There were parts where I yawned a few times, sorry to say, but it was an entertaining movie nonetheless.
Star Wars Episode 7, it's definitely safe to say The Force Awakens is a must-see.
It is, definitely.
If
you
you
have not
consider
seen
yourself at all a Star Wars fan, or even just a fan of sci-fi at all, must-see.
Well, they've announced this quite a while back, but they are going to release a new Star Wars film now for the next 5 years. Every year they will release a new Star Wars film. We just mentioned in the top 10 for the 2016, there's going to be the Rogue One, a Star Wars story. That's the next one.
Is that the one that I've heard about that's about Han?
No. That's
This is about the events leading up to the
after the
opening scene of
The Force Awakens.
No, Rogue One is about the backstory behind Princess Leia getting the plans to the original Death Star.
Oh, how she became like the general.
Leading up to A New Hope is what you're saying.
Then there's going to be one about Han Solo and Boba Fett.
And
I'm excited.
there are rumors that a Yoda solo film is going to happen.
That would be interesting, to be honest.
I wouldn't mind it. But I think they're getting a bit too carried away now with all these solo films, because I don't think not all of them will be as good as the actual main Star Wars storyline. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't think that's their main issue. I think they're just tied overs trying to expand the mythology universe. There are two things I like to see, though, and they're both dark side based. I like to see a proper backstory given for Darth Plagueis. He was mentioned in Revenge of the Sith, and I truly do believe, much like the rest of the world believes, that he is the master to the Emperor.
In this Force Awakens or the previous trilogy?
No, I meant in the prequel trilogy where
The Dark Sith.
Yeah.
But I think in this new one, the Star Wars Force Awakens, is it Imperial Snoke?
Yeah.
Imperial Snoke. A lot of people are rumoring that that's actually Andy Serkis playing that character, because you get to see the hologram. Oh, sorry, spoilers.
You're right. It is Andy Serkis who voiced him.
One thing that I need to remind everybody about, and this is as we talk about Star Wars and the Star Wars universe, what you guys have read in the books, what you guys have read in the comics or whatever, it's no longer canon. So forget what you know about Jaina and Jason. They don't exist anymore. Forget what you think you know about Anakin Solo. He does not exist anymore, as far as we know. Something else pops up if we see them show up.
The other movie I hope they make is about Darth Bane. A very important character. He is canon because he was mentioned in the Star Wars Clone Wars TV show. He was the one that made the Sith rule of 2. And apparently he was, when it came to raw power, he was like the single most powerful Sith that ever lived.
Jay, are you familiar with the Sith rule of 2? Are you familiar with what he's talking about when he says Sith rule of 2?
No.
Okay, so the whole idea, this is why you've only ever seen 2 Sith at once. Because if you remember, you had Emperor Palpatine and you had Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Because Emperor Palpatine's the master, Darth Vader's the apprentice. So the whole idea behind it is to keep themselves from thinning out the herd, so to speak.
Right.
It's only 2 Siths. Basically, the idea is to keep weaker Siths from overthrowing the stronger Siths, and then basically thinning out the herd because it's all weak Sith from there. They don't have any strong Sith. The master takes on an apprentice who eventually is meant to overthrow the master, and then he takes on an apprentice. So you'll always have the rule of 2. And that's what that comes from.
That's what it is. Imperial Snoke. Isn't he supposed to be like the baddest of the Siths?
I don't think so. I don't think he'll compare to Sidious, but he'll definitely be something.
Something along the same level.
Yeah, I highly doubt he'll be able to use the powers of the Force to be like a miniature version of Starkiller Base. Whoopsies! Spoiler alert.
If you haven't seen this film yet, guys, I suggest you go and see it out now.
We need to stop before we give away the movie, because this is not what we want to do.
What we should do is we should start.
Let's face it, 99% of the world's already seen it.
True, but we should definitely start a new Star Wars show of our own. You know, just get some Star Wars fans and just start talking about the movie.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I think we should save that for the Star Wars show if we ever do one.
Yeah, that sounds good.
And that's it, guys. We have run out of time. We hope you enjoyed our show. Don't forget to click on the thumbs up button and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Next Gen X, and tell everyone that you know to do the same. I want to thank our guests on today's show. First off, Sean, how can people find you online?
The best way would just be to find me on the boards on Next Gen X, and as I said, I'm God Mode on there. Not by the Nintendo boards, on the mod there. So we'll see you guys there.
So, Jack, how can people find you online?
You can search Yeti or Xlate and you'll find me, and at Core Xlate.
And also, I would like to thank Patrick. How can people find you online?
I have videos on YouTube. If you look up name Shadow66654, I don't know where that will lead you. I did some video game reviews, some fan-made stuff, basically random stuff, although I'll be starting a new series where I review comedy movies pretty soon. So you can find me on there. No Twitter handle just yet, because I'm not a big fan of Twitter at all.
Alright, and you can find me on the website Next Generation, which is nextgenx.proboards.com. You can catch us on Twitter, NextGenX, on Facebook, NextGenX, and that's it, guys. Thank you for being part of the show.